What if you could hypothetically achieve a 100% funnel conversion rate? And I'm talking about your funnel in the broadest possible sense, all of your marketing funnels, all of your digital marketing assets under that one umbrella of funnel. How could you hypothetically achieve a 100% conversion rate? Is it possible? Theoretically, it is. And in this video, I'm going to teach you the 5 key principles that you have to hit on to make progress towards it. There's a really great chance that you'll most probably never be able to achieve that because that's just how business works, and you have other priorities other than just reaching 100% perfection. But it speaks to a problem that we all have as marketers, as business owners, as entrepreneurs. We want to continuously find new ways to grow our conversion rate. So even if you can get only a percentage of the way there, any improvement, I'm sure everyone, you watching this right now, you would agree that that would be welcome growth, because one of the most underappreciated ways to grow your business in the first place isn't just traffic, of course, traffic, but converting the people who are already coming in, who are already opting in, who are already on your website every single week, month. All right, so why don't we just get right into it? So there are 5 key principles, and as long as you hammer on each of these, you're going to see continuous growth. Now, back in 2018, when AutoGrow, we pivoted and we paused on selling any services, and I said, okay, I just want to focus on selling info products. And so that year we started off with what I called the AutoGrow growth framework, the auto growth framework. And the way that that worked was every week we would have a new focus, and we would only focus on one thing, or rather one aspect, one level of our funnel. And we would just generate ideas as a team. We would throw them all into this Trello board that we had. Trello like sticky notes, basically, if you're not familiar. And we would pick out 1, 2, 3 ideas that we would execute on that week, get it done, implement, and then the next week we would shift to a new focus. So for example, the different levels of the funnel that we would focus on would be traffic, email list building, nurturing the email list, and finally sales. And you can break it up however way that you want. You can also, especially if you're a more established business, and depending on where things are at for you right now, sometimes maybe taking a full month to focus on one level of the funnel might be more advantageous. So one whole month devoted to traffic, the next month devoted to email list building, and so on and so forth down your sales funnel. And you may even want to include in that, maybe product development at the very bottom of the funnel, since for many businesses, the ability to retain and resell to existing customers and clients is also a very underrepresented and underexplored avenue for growth. But anyway, so doing that is part of what inspired me to think of doing this article, because that auto growth funnel framework that we put together, it worked. We saw continuous growth, and it was compounding to the point where we saw the average customer lifetime value just keep climbing. Because I had known so much of this stuff, just from working with clients, but then to actually practice it and put some of the things I hadn't previously tested into practice, it was amazing. So we got to the point in the middle of 2018 where the average conversion rate for anyone who was just on our email list, just the email list, 12% of everyone who was on the email list had bought something from us, whether that was something as simple as a $7 funnel swipe file, or it was something more of higher value, like AutoGrow's 6-figure sales funnel training. 12%. I still am very proud of that. But keep in mind, and this is one of the principles that I'll get into more detail, we weren't even offering any services along with that. And it was just a limited set of products. There were like, I think we had like 5 primary products that, or even less, I think it was 4 at the time, 4 products that we were selling. So that's the kind of conversion rate that we were able to achieve in our funnel. So how did we do that, and what did I learn from doing it that applies to this lesson today of how to actually achieve a 100%, theoretically, hypothetically, I have to throw that in there, 100% to improve your conversion rate, 100% conversion rate within your funnel. Well, principle number 1 is that you need to assume, if you're going to achieve a 100% funnel conversion rate, or 100% conversion rate in general, you need to assume that getting people to the very bottom of your funnel, or even to just even take that first step, micro commitments are a very, very important part of making progress in your conversion rate and improving your conversion rate. So you need to know that every conversion, it's going to take time. It's going to take repeated exposure to your messaging. You're going to need to hit on different pain points and needs until something finally connects and you get someone to take just the next baby step down your funnel. So some data to back this up: 96% of website visitors are not ready to buy right off the bat. Big surprise, you probably knew that. But that research, that number, 96%, is according to Marketo. Majority of users will require at least 8 touch points before converting on an offer, according to HubSpot. 4 to 5 B2B buyers viewed at least 5 pieces of content before buying. 50% viewed more than 8 pieces, according to Blue Corona. And I totally agree with that. I look at our stats all the time. I look at, for example, our active campaign account, where we can see the journey that people are taking, like what pages they're visiting and what links they click on, what emails they open. And it's a very clear pattern that the people that are really the most active, those people are the ones that are at the bottom of the funnel, or at least, making their way down it. And the probability of them converting in the near future, of buying something from us, is that much higher. So one of the best ways to practice this principle, or this key to achieving 100% conversion rate, which is to assume every conversion just takes time, is you want to invest heavily into email marketing. Because email marketing and email automation specifically, it's all about nurturing. It's about building the relationship over time, drip, 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 over days, weeks, months, even years. There are countless examples that I can point to within our own business where clients have been on our email list literally for years, maybe you, and they've watched videos, they've gotten a ton of value from us, they've always liked our articles, and for whatever reason, maybe they were a freelancer before and then they started their own business, or whatever the case was, the time was right, and our messaging was there and the relationship was there. And so they were like, yep, like, let's do it. I'm really excited to become a client, for example. So, and the other advantage for email is that it allows for greater personalization. And you want to try to educate leads rather than just sell to them, and of course you can do so just by linking to your own content. But going back to that point about personalization and how email is one of the best ways to personalize content, that brings us to key principle to achieving a 100% conversion rate number 2. Double, triple, or even quadruple down on hyper-personalization, hyper-personalization. Because to get a 100% conversion rate, you need everything to be just super tailored to wherever the person is at in your funnel. And the principle here is it's just, imagine me speaking to you right now, but I already know what type of business you are. or just what career or industry you're in. I already know. And I know what is your biggest pain point. So I know the best way that I can best serve you and best help you. And so using that information, I can create a uh, a sequence of content that I can send you that can address you and speak to you based on where you're at and who you are. And that by itself is extremely persuasive, but also very engaging just for beginning the relationship. So for example, some stats here, 9 out of 10 marketers say that better personalization is linked with stronger business performance and greater profitability, according to Google. And again, I'm not this data. It's just to really drive home the point for you, because some of you might say like, oh yeah, I already know this, but just hearing it kind of helps, I think, to cement the principle and also drive home the point of like, what does it mean to double and triple down? Well, again, the perfect situation is where you have a lot of data about who that person is, and you're always messaging them based on where they're at in your funnel, who they are, what their biggest challenge is, for instance. Another data point, personalization leads customers to feeling like people instead of numbers, which is key to 84% of consumers giving companies their business. People, and that's according to Instapage. So again, people, they don't want to feel like just a number. And you mean, who does, right? You want to feel like, this is tailored to me. And that's pretty straightforward. That principle is pretty straightforward. Finally, 62% of consumers think personalization helps them get a better deal. 49% believe it takes them time, and 46% believe it gives them better information they didn't have before, according to Gartner research. So some tips for personalization is you can use cookies to personalize the experience on your website. So for instance, when I launched a SaaS tool in 2014 or 15, I think it was 2014, called Saber Blast. It was basically like it was kind of like an email marketing type of tool. I copied a tactic that I was inspired by from Crazy Egg. Crazy Egg is like an analytics company. They've been around for a while. They're also a SaaS company. Neil Patel and Heaton Shaw were the co-founders of that company. So one of the tactics that they experimented with was actually, if you moved from the home page to the pricing packages page, and then you left the site and came back, you would be brought back to the pricing page automatically. Even if you clicked over to the home page, they would redirect you right to the pricing page. They're picking up basically where you left off. And if you had clicked over to the checkout page, they would even bring you back to the checkout page, even if you typed in pricing or the home page, for instance. If you visited the blog, they wouldn't redirect you from there, though. So you can use cookies, and that's one example of how you can use cookies to personalize your experience. And to finish the point, with Saber Blast, I actually did the exact same thing, and I know that it had a positive impact for our conversions. We were actually converting, I think 2 to 3% of cold traffic from that site. People were signing up for a free trial for this SaaS tool. You can also offer you can show different pop-ups or deals to returning visitors. So for example, with Brendan Dunn, he had an initial pop-up on his website to register for his free online course, and people who were already registered would see a pop-up instead for his paid course. And there are tools out there like Thrive, for example, that are actually pretty inexpensive that can allow you to do this without having to custom code something on your own. What's cool about Thrive Themes / Thrive Leads, it's kind of like Thrive. Everything is kind of under the umbrella of Thrive Themes, but it's a WordPress plugin and suite of tools. And Thrive Leads, which is part of that package, is it lets you actually personalize the offer based on, okay, if someone has already opted in, show them offer, and you can customize it even further than that. Further, another way to personalize is call out user behavior. So for example, email subject lines that say, since you liked our guide, we know you'll love blah, 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 blah. Okay. So again, you can call out like specifically like actions that they have taken, in other words. Another example would be abandoned cart emails have on average 45% open rate and can lead to 69% more sales according to OmniSend. So that's an example of personalizing based on behavior. And for many e-commerce businesses, recovering even just 15% of abandoned carts is massive in terms of helping their bottom line. Principle number 3 is offer a wide range of products, services, and engagement options. And this is one thing that I found to absolutely be true in 2018 as we added each new product. I saw that on average, the customer lifetime value would just incrementally increase the more products that we came out with. The other, because it gave a new offer that we could launch with to people, and also it wasn't like something where customers would only buy one thing. Because there were info products or online trainings, and they were kind of similar. But they would address different needs and different pain points, slightly different needs and different pain points. Not only would it invite new buyers in because maybe something about the new product would connect with them, but also it would invite repeat purchases from existing customers. So that was obviously great for growing revenue, but the principle and the idea here, achieving a 100% conversion rate, is that you are getting everyone to ultimately buy from you. So the real principle at work here is what we refer to at AutoGrow as the law of range. This is part of the 11 laws of sales funnel physics framework that I've developed over many years of just experimenting and testing and reading and researching and just hands-on conversion funnel building. So this framework is what we use at AutoGrow, working with our clients, and in general, just teaching you guys through the videos and info products and stuff here. What are the principles of conversion rate to help you to think about what makes people convert and why people may not be converting in your funnel, and what you should change in order to cause that. So for example, with the law of range, which we're talking about here, wide range of products, services, and just otherwise content and options for engagement. So with the law of range, what that says is people just, they tend to respond, a wider and wider percentage of people will respond as you increase the number of options and price points that are available to them. So for example, there's this great book on my shelf over here from Perry Marshall called 80/20 Sales and Marketing. It's just kind of a great concept. It's one of those business books where you think you get everything from reading the title, but in fact, you actually get a lot more from it when you actually read the whole thing. Because in that book, there's this graph of, as an example, to illustrate what his point was, 80/20, Pareto principle, 80% of your results come from 20% of your inputs, for instance. And his principle here, what he was trying to show in this one diagram was it was a logarithmic curve, which showed that as the price decreased towards zero of various products and services for the NFL, for example. So maybe the cheapest item they had was hats. So they had the highest volume of that product, right? So maybe a lot of their profits would come from this one product, for example. But then on the other end of the spectrum, as the price would increase, they would have far fewer sales for, say, ownership or rights to a private skybox, at one of the football stadiums, which would cost like $1 million a year or something like this. So, but that's the law of range at work there, everything from hats to the private skybox. And if you can offer everything that's going to hit on different pain points and different preferences, you are going to be able to achieve a 100% conversion rate. So some tips for actually practicing this principle of the law of range is to simply come out with more lead magnets, more content, more different types of retargeting ads and ad campaigns in general. And those specifically are, because like you first need the initial engagement with someone to take that first step in order to catalyze the relationship and in order to like move them down the funnel. Because otherwise, if you're not doing that, you know, then it's far less likely that just by sending them an offer to buy something that will actually cause a sale and get you closer to that 100% perfect number. And of course, similar way, as I already said, you just expand the number of products and services that you offer as well, okay? And one of the best ways that you can do that is, and I did this actually in 2018, to wrap up this point, is customer feedback. Ask people, what do you want? And that has always worked for me. And then give it to them. And that's really it. Obviously, you know, helps to be creative with, you know, how you do it and what you do with the feedback towards, you know, creating some new product or service. But, you know, customers are just give them what they want. Step number 4 is to improve towards improving your conversion rate to 100%, is be persistent with your retargeting. And these two final points I'm going to go over a bit faster. And I just want to encourage you for the full details and all the research and kind of getting more to the nitty gritty of each of these 5 key steps. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link to the article is in the description section. You can click on it to go read the article in full. If you're watching this on AutoGrow, you can scroll on down and you can check out all the full text, if you will. But on YouTube, it's in the link is in the description right by that like button, which if you tap it, don't smash it, don't break it, tap it, and also tap that subscribe button if you would like to continue to receive amazing videos like this. Isn't this amazing? It's great content, right? I know. But seriously, it's my pleasure to help you guys. So hit the like button, share it, subscribe, and leave a comment. I love hearing from you, whether it's through the blog or a comment on YouTube. So that being said, step number 4 is just be persistent with your retargeting. And you, more specifically, you want to be fearless in actually selling in general, to the point of where, yeah, you're gonna annoy people sometimes, but the main idea in terms of following up, in terms of retargeting, in terms of being persistent, is drive buying decisions. Because ultimately, people need to convert into at least one bucket on your within your funnel. That's what you're going for, right? That's how you get to 100%. And what do I mean, you know, by buckets? It's not necessarily even a sale. All right, so don't even have that as a limiting belief of what a you know, what 100% conversion rate could look like, because there's always people coming to your website for different reasons. So on that note, let's go to number 5, and which is the final key to improving your conversion rate and growing it to 100% perfect funnel conversion rate. And that is to leverage the power of referrals, affiliates, and content promoters. Because again, not everyone who comes to your website, and you know, this kind of also shifts the, you know, your point of view on it, because maybe you were thinking, well, to achieve 100% conversion rate, I have to sell something to everyone, but not necessarily, because maybe a big portion of people coming to your website are looking to, maybe some are looking to be hired, as is the case, you know, with AutoGrow. Many people in our audience, they're looking for work, so that could be part of the conversion rate there. Referrals So word of mouth, getting people to spread it just organically online through social media, through positive reviews, all those 5-star reviews, right? And affiliates is another way. People who are looking to be paid to actually spread your offer, your messages. And finally, content promoters. Okay, content promoter, someone who, is just a fan of what you're doing. Maybe you're enjoying this video, just as I was asking you to convert by sharing this piece of content if you are getting value from it, because I appreciate it. And you'll be helping other people as well. So those are the 5 key principles in a nutshell or 5 key principles to achieve a 100% conversion rate, hypothetically, or parentheses, hypothetically. I hope you got a lot out of this video. As I said before, please hit that subscribe button, share it, and if you're watching this on YouTube or AutoGrow, you can scroll down or click the link to read the full version. Speaking of growing your conversion rate to 100%, to do that, you're going to need help. Okay, you probably need, if you're like most business owners, entrepreneurs, marketers, you need to get work off of your plate in order to work on whatever it is you are best at. And in the case of AutoGrow, we can help you to actually do that, because at AutoGrow, we help you to just delegate all of your digital marketing tasks without the headaches of hiring. I tell you, the headaches, because hiring is really a headache. Whether you're looking to outsource simple things to even just a single virtual assistant, who unfortunately may only be good at doing, certain types of tasks, but not others, especially those related to digital marketing. Or, in the case of like looking on marketplaces, trying to build your own team, trying to hire onto your own team. With AutoGrow, you basically get an all-in-one team for one flat monthly rate, and we can build all your landing pages, all your funnels, all your ads. The best way to describe AutoGrow is it's like project management software. It's like project management software, but with proven professionals already inside, ready and waiting to get work done. I mean, just imagine, for example, going to other marketplaces online and you get one skill set, like just like a copywriter, for example. But the problem is that copywriter, yeah, like it took you time to find him or her, and yeah, they did a decent job on the copy. Okay, fine. But hey, Mr. and Mrs. Copywriter, can you also can you also help me like take this copy and like put it on a beautifully designed page? Help me to A/B test it, help me to launch it, help me to drive traffic to it, and a bunch of other things that you need to get done to grow your business and to get that work off of your plate. Oh my God, you need that copywriter is going to tell you, no, sorry, but if you need more copy, I'm there for you. With AutoGrow, you can skip all of that. You don't have to go through any of the hiring and outsourcing and just headaches involved with that. You don't have to try to piece it together. Okay, you get the copy from this person and you get the design from this person, and you smash it together with your virtual assistant or something. You don't have to do that. With AutoGrow, we just help you skip all of that, and we just help you to get the work done. Again, it's like project management software. You just click, click, click. You log in, you type. Our interface has like ideas made real. So ideas, okay, you add your idea for what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to get done? Okay, I want to set up a landing page. I want an ad campaign, whatever. I want you to set up an A/B test. Whatever you think of, your imagination is really the limit. So you type the description of what you want to get done, maybe some examples of other similar things out there of how you want it to look or sound or whatever. And then you click the button that says make it real. And then you sit back, relax, watch. You don't have to hire, you don't have to do it any of yourself. Sit back, relax, and watch as the progress bar moves from 0 to 100%, just like you're moving towards a 100% conversion rate with this video. So if those benefits sound really great to you, then check us out at autogrow.co. You can delegate all of your digital marketing tasks without the headaches of hiring. All right. And we have a special going on right now where you can sign up. It's just $7 for your first 7 days. Plus, we also have a 14-day money-back guarantee. So you have an extra week there for your peace of mind, because we're confident that you're going to love AutoRow once you sign up for it. All right, so that's it for this video. Once again, thank you for checking out. I hope you got a ton of value from it. And until next time, keep converting and stay focused.